The demo only explores such a small part of the intensity that combat gives later on in the game. My name's Holly Emery. I'm a Managing Director of Bonsai Collective.
I'm Benny Hill. I'm the Creative Director at Bonsai Collective. So Lunar Abyss is a single-player, story-driven action-adventure game with fluid platforming and bullet hell arena-based kind of combat. You follow the journey of Fawkes, a prisoner of Luna caught between a cryptic prophecy and their prison sentence. And throughout that this really exciting, mysterious adventure, you're going to experience kind of four kind of key things. You're going to experience fluid first-person platforming in an otherworldly and alien megastructure. You're going to survive deadly encounters with corrupted souls and explosive bullet hell kind of combat. And you're going to uncover the mysterious demise of a derelict lost colony and the prison built atop of that kind of colony. The core kind of story you're going to engage with is a story of love and revenge in a world that explores and champions diversity. And so we started exploring all these different kind of concepts, and through that we started developing the kind of story. We started understanding the dynamic that we wanted. We thought about having like a prison warden that's guiding you, for example, and then that turned into a giant head that was mounted to a prison wall. Idea of a captive and a captor, and telling that story, you know, that you are a prisoner and you have somebody that has imprisoned you, but your relationship with that develops. So that was like a kernel of story. We knew that we wanted to explore action, but we like bullet hell and we like high action, but we wanted to play around with the dynamic of first-person shooters and move it away from aiming and using that dexterity-based gameplay and think about it more as spatial, which is where the lock-on and the bullet hell came from. And so we started building arenas around that kind of concept. And then we wanted to explore a big, vast, interesting world that was very, very mysterious. And then we started building the Abyss and the lore of the Abyss and how that came to be and what the players will be exploring and how much we actually wanted to unveil of that through the game anyway. You know, we wanted to remain mysterious through the experience, and that's where the game started.
We've hired an incredibly talented team of Unreal Engine specialists to build this game. We've got 17 people, including us as well, and we're very proud of all the work that we've been able to do to get Lunar Abyss to where it is.
Our audio team is only 2 people, so, you know, in doing the sound for the game, being nominated for like best art and kind of best sound has been really exciting for those kind of developers. You know, that they put in this hard work to build this world, this atmosphere within this space.
The team are proper stoked about it. There is going to be a booth for Lunar Abyss if you're going to Gamescom LATAM, so please do check out the game if you're there. Destiny was a big one for us. Nier Automata as well. Metroid Prime with the lock-on feature that we have within Lunar Abyss and the spatial awareness that Benny was mentioning. It completely changes the dynamic of how you play a first-person shooter as well, because typically in a first-person shooter you're charging forward, but in a bullet hell experience where you're using a lock-on, you have to really plan out in advance what you're planning to do. So if you just charge in, you're probably going to get like gunned down straight away. Like, it was so interesting to explore that and see all of the cool things that we could do throughout the development to like build on the different bullet patterns that you see. So the demo only explores such a small part of the intensity that combat gives later on in the game.
The kind of concept of a single player strike, right, okay, from Destiny was how we really like platforming, and there's not many first person games that do platforming really well, and we're very inspired by Nier Automata, the way that world is constructed and the stories that it was telling within that world. Obviously games like Doom and more traditional bullet hell games, there's quite high barrier to entry, right, okay, you know, particularly Doom Eternal, which is a real step up, you know, from Doom 2016. We wanted to create something that gave people that feeling of play, that visceral excitement of play, but we're like flip reversing what they're doing. It's not about aiming and shooting and being precise with your kind of movement. It is about moving around that kind of space and finding those opportunities to kind of attack. So we can make that difficult for those players that want that more challenging experience, but we can also curate it a little bit more and allow different types of players to engage with this kind of content. They're discoverables for sure, yeah. So we have a achievement hunting kind of thing that you have to really go out of your way to kind of find in the world, and kind of feels like you're breaking out of the game essentially to discover them. So yeah, they're called drift crystals, which are really exciting. We've got quite a lot of graffiti in the game that you'll find as you explore the world, and some of that graffiti definitely Easter egg related, so keep an eye out for the markings of the ex-colonists within the Abyss. And I'm really excited for players to engage with some of the other biomes that we have within the game world, because they are quite different to what you experience in the demo, and also the actual bosses in the game, which we don't actually. We have like a mini boss in the demo that you play right at the end, but we have some much larger bosses that are really, really cool that I'm very excited for players to engage with.
I think some of the platforming and puzzling elements as well that you have within the game, like as part of the exploration, I just want to see how people react to the story in general. Like, there's a lot happening in the story.
I think if you love arena shooters like Doom, for example, you'll definitely enjoy some of the arena-based kind of combat that's in Lunar Abyss. And if you enjoy kind of games that have that space of exploration and atmosphere like Nier Automata, then I think you'll also really like Lunar Abyss.
We do also have our Steam forums where we're posting regular news updates, and we're active on Twitter as well. You can follow our Twitter, it's @BonsaiGames. But we also have a Discord, and our link to our Discord is on Twitter as well. Our development team are active in our Discord, so if you do have questions about the game, you can always head there as well, and our team can answer directly too. Lunar Abyss is intending to launch on Steam, Epic Games Store, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. You can also play the demo on Steam now, just by going to the Lunar Abyss Steam page and downloading it. Please do check it out and give us a wish list.